Before we start off with today's video, I want to talk to you guys about my friends over at So Avant-Garde. So Avant-Garde is a place where you can go and you can explore a wide range of niche perfumery, so much variety. They have discovery sets, they have samples, they have a lot to offer for those looking to elevate their collection, those who are curious about other things, of other qualities, of other brands in perfumery. All right, so save yourself some money. Use my code DEDRICK10. DEDRICK10 gets you 10% off on anything on So Avant-Garde. All right, so I know a lot of people are really in love with the brand of Mind Games as well. So I got something for you too. You want to head over to Mind Games and do some discovery, do some searching, do some looking, save yourself some money by using Dedrick10 as well over at mindgames.com. All right, so head over there, see what you like, see what you're interested in. I recommend sampling. All right, and then you can get you a good feel if you want to make a purchase from So Avant-Garde or mindgames.com. All right, so y'all check it out. Let me know what you guys get into, what you guys like. Let me know down below in the comments, man. And happy exploring for sure. All right, let's get started with today's video. YouTube, what's going on? YouTube, what's going on? What is happening, man? Of course, it's your guy, one more time, DEDRICKHICKSJR, and I'm back with another fragrance video. Smell good, family. Hopefully everyone is doing well, doing great, doing fantastic. Positive energy, positive vibes. Y'all know how we rock out here in this channel, man. Positive vibes only, all right? So today's video, Smell Good Family, really came from topics that are already out there. There have been some other creators that have created around this topic, and I could have a video out there like this somewhere. I mean, I have over 1,100 videos posted, so I couldn't remember and I didn't research. I just went ahead and said, we're gonna talk about this today, all right? So what is it? Well, you have 4 seasons: spring, summer, fall, and winter. And today we're gonna go with one designer and one niche for each season, all right? So we have a list of 8 here to highlight the seasons. And these are realistic recommendations. These are not nothing I'm throwing out there. Obviously, they are part of my collection. And sincerely, if it came down to it, I would be very comfortable wearing, 2 fragrances per season, designer, niche, or however you want to flip it, all right? But designer, niche is just a topic today, all right? So let's go ahead and tap in. Up first, let's go designer side, and we're going to do spring, all right? I would have to have this. Immediately when I was preparing for this video, I would have to have this as a part of my spring from the house of Chanel. This is a fingerprint magnet. We have Chanel's Platinum Egoist. Although this is an everyday, versatile barbershop fougere fragrance for any time, any place, anywhere, for me personally, I get the vibe of spring. I get the vibe of coming out of the cold, getting into a little bit more comfortable, warmer afternoons and just pleasant vibes when I smell this fragrance. Although I wear this exclusively to the office, I would not have a problem wearing this to lunch, on a date, a wedding in the spring, whatever's going around pretty much all day and every day of my life. This would be an excellent option here. So although this may not be for everyone, I'm still recommending it for those who might want to tap into the fougere lane, if not already. But this will be my choice as a designer for the spring season from the house of Chanel. Again, we have Platinum Egoist, legend in the community, and fingerprint magnet. All right, up next, niche side. When it comes to spring, niche side, again, this is going to be another everyday wear. Versatile is going to be key with a lot of these until we get into like the cooler months, but versatility is going to be key, and this is one that really stands stands the test of anything, any scenario, any situation you have going on in the spring, and really any time of the year. But for the spring, this gives me that feeling like Egoist does. From the house of Initio, we have Musk Therapy. Soft florals, beautiful citrus, and a gorgeous musk really highlight this fragrance. Really sneaky, big time performance here. Speaking of spring, my wife's birthday is in the spring. It's in the month of April, and I wore this to her birthday dinner last year, and she really enjoyed the wearing. And then the, you know, other friends of her that was around wanted to know what I was wearing. So basically what I'm saying, there is a compliment factor here with this fragrance. And for the springtime, no matter what's going on, and if I just had those two, Platinum Eagle East for the day and Must Therapy for the afternoon and the rest of the day and the night, it would just work. It'd be a great balance and you'd be smelling fantastic as far as I'm concerned. For the spring, on the niche side, we have Initials Must Therapy. I almost low-key dropped the bottle. I'm gonna keep it real. I almost dropped the bottle. All right. Up next, let's get to the sun. And down here, where I'm at, it is a beast when it comes to the summer. So you gotta come correct and you gotta come right. And the first fragrance that really popped up in my mind, preparing for this, was this beauty. From the house of Hermes, we have Terre d'Hermes OG Vrai. OG Vrai. As you can see, we are wearing our fragrances over here. Bright, beautiful citron. It has this cooling effect to this fragrance. Take your Terre d'Hermes DNA and just turn it into I'm gonna say unique fragrance for the summer because of how that tarty citron lemon comes off. That almost these bitter textures to it as well, but then you get this cooling effect with this. I may be describing it in a way where someone out there could be like, I don't know if but trust me, get your nose on it. Go to your local retailer, and most of them have it. You can get samples of this online, but OG Vrai is a 10 out of 10 classic for the summer, in my opinion. I get really solid performance with my bottle and my bottle only, because there have been some conversations about I don't get no performance. Well, I do. I get a roughly, that's 6 to 7, 6 to 8 sprays. I'm 6 to 8 sprays everything. And when I'm wearing this out in the heat throughout the day, I don't really have no problems, man. I really don't. Everybody's skin and skin chemistry is different, but for me, we're good. Summer, Desginer, from the house of Hermes, we have Terre d'Hermes OG Vrai. OG Vrai. Can't wait to get back to wearing this for sure this upcoming summer. And let's go the niche route. Again, remember this list is really based upon my daily, everyday vibes. And these are everyday wears and all day wears and any situational wears. And of course, this came to mind, and that's why it's on the list. From the house of Zaharoff, we're going the niche route. We have Citrine. Signature Citrine from the house of Zaharoff. Beautiful. A unique freshie, man. This clementine and tangerine and red currant and musk and incense and woods, and it's so fresh. It's so different. It's a different vibe of a freshie. It wears like one for sure. Those, you know, the performance the performance conversations, I don't really subscribe to. As a matter of fact, I try to stay away from them because lately in my journey, and I used to be there, I'm not gonna paint myself that I wasn't, but really appreciating the art and what this does in the situations that I wear it is what I'm all about. And this is a hot day. This is a hot day when I'm moving in and out in the heat during the summer, running errands, hanging with the family, beach time, beachside, poolside, whatever. If the sun's coming down on me and it's hot, this right here is perfect for that. It's perfect for that. So it definitely came to mind, and definitely summertime choice in the niche department for sure. Again, this stuff is really, really good. Get your nose on it once it's back in stock. If it's not in stock, I know the 4-ounce bottles are coming soon, but this is one to sample and see for yourself. But for the summertime, it just don't get no better than this. It just doesn't. From the house of Zaharoff, we're talking Signature Citrine. Signature Citrine covering the summer angle. Covering the niche angle for summer. All right, let's go into the fall. Of course, things switch up drastically, and this would just be one that I wouldn't mind wearing every single day from the designer world. A very hard one to get. At this point, it's an exclusive if you can get your hands on it, but it is available. It is available from the house of Dior. We have Dior Homme Original. Dior Homme Original. I was very fortunate to be able to get my hands on a bottle of this a little over a year ago, and it's take your Dior Homme Intense and make it extremely fresher. All right, but don't get it twisted. You still get the iris, you still get the leather, you still get the cacao in here. This fragrance has some density to it. but it works for all day and every day. Again, during the day, moving about to the office and just regular daily activities, this could be a win for the fall. This could be a win for the fall. And yes, could you go Dior Homme Intense? Yes, you can. Could you even go to Parfum when it's cooler? Yes, you can. But for me, I'm just very strategic with my wearing of my fragrances, and this just kind of fits. Like it stays where it needs to stay throughout the day, and I really enjoy it. I really enjoy this DNA. Iris is a big win for me in my collection, but overall for the fall during the day, yeah, this would be the perfect one for me. So from the designer ranks, and don't, just because we're talking designer niche, don't the quality and the effect of them, I'm not saying there's differences there. I'm just really going by the categories of what they are, and this is considered a designer, but it's hella good. From the house of Dior, we got Dior Homme Original. Dior Homme Original for my designer choice for the fall. All right, for the niche take, the niche choice for fall, it has to be this. This is the most worn from this house, and it's me in a bottle, and I love this stuff. From the house of Mind Games, we're talking Gambit. I have worn Gambit the most out of anything in my Mind Games collection, and this is just so balmy, woodsy, spices. There's fresh spicy tones. There's a little warm spicy texture here. The patchouli really stands out, beautifully blended with everything else that's going on in this fragrance. It's a great everyday wear, especially for the more masculine gentleman that's looking for something to hold that masculine tone, but also be unique and different. There's been some conversations of what this reminds people of, but for me, it really stands alone for me. For me, it really stands alone, and it's really good. Mind Games are really expensive. They are. Sample if you can. Use my code DEDRICK10 to indeed, get your nose on before committing to a full bottle. That's with anything, not just because this is expensive, but anything, get your nose on it. I would recommend that over blind buying, even though I am a big time blind buy warrior. Don't do as I do. But for the fall, this just works. I've worn it in the warm air, I've worn it in the cool air, and they do two different things in both settings. And in the cool air, I think I like this more what it does in the cooler air. I think I like it more, and or I like it better what it does in the cool air compared to the warm air. Because wearing it in the warm air, unless you're like inside, you'll be fine. But if you're out and about moving and you're sweating, this might not be a choice to make there. But in the cooler months like the fall, going into the evening, date night, hanging out, like any evening activities, this is just works. It just works beyond works. And it's me in a bottle, and I really enjoy this stuff. From the house of Mind Games, once again, my niche pick for the fall, we're talking Gambit. We're talking Gambit. And I would have no problem wearing that every single day. All right, up next, we're gonna go to winter, all right? And we got two bangers here for the winter season. I've called this the best designer release in probably the last 5 years. It's up there. It's a part of the conversation. It has to be, in my opinion. But one of the best, if not the best designer release in probably the last 5 years. I'm standing on it. From the house of Givenchy. We have Givenchy Gentleman's Reserve Privé. Reserve Privé. God, this is the best of the line. This is the best. That chestnut, that whiskey, that iris. And I think iris is not listed, but it's definitely iris in here. And I haven't looked up the notes in quite some time, but this stuff is so sexy. It's so attractive. It's warm. It is confidence in the bottle. It's a lot of positives going on. And for a designer take for the winter months and the colder air, I would have no problem wearing this anywhere, to the office, midday lunch, or whatever the vibe is. I would not have a problem wearing this every single day during the winter time. This stuff is excellent, spectacular stuff here from the house of Givenchy. Definitely, I wouldn't say it was an easy pick because there were some other things that was competing with this, but just knowing me and how my days go, Yeah, give me this. From the house of Givenchy, Givenchy. We have Givenchy Gentleman Reserve Privé. Reserve Privé. All right, and to wrap up the list and to wrap up winter, my niche pick for the winter season, it was very difficult. I want to say the niche pick for winter was very, probably the hardest decision. But I feel really good about this choice because of how I feel about the note of tobacco, especially the discovery of different tobacco styles throughout 2024 for me. But this is the standard. This is 1A best tobacco in my collection, and I would have no problem enjoying this every single day in the winter from the niche side, from the house of Argos. We're talking Triumph of Bacchus, the EDP. Of course, I have not smelled it straight. Every video someone asks me, I have not smelled it. I have not experienced it. I will one day, but I'm really cool with this, like really cool. For me, that white peach and tobacco blend and that rum, it's unmatched. Like, this is top 10 for life in my collection. I've had this bottle for about 1.5 years now, and maybe a year or a little over a year. But the juice has gotten a lot darker, since I've gotten it, and it's just matured over time, and it wears beautifully. Christian and the Argos team do a fantastic job, and during the winter time, especially in the evenings and the nights, date nights, hanging out, you know, at the lounges or whatever's going on, a fun activity, we're good here. And it helps that my wife is super in love with this one. I've been complimented on this a lot. Pretty much every single time I've worn it, I've been complimented because it's just one of those ones. And for the winter time, from a niche selection, it was almost a no-brainer. Like I said, the hardest decision, but I'm not mad about it. The hardest decision out of this video was the niche selection for winter, but I feel good about this one. 10 out of 10. Top 10 of my collection from the house of Argos. We're talking Triumph of Bacchus, the EDP. The EDP, fantastic stuff for sure. All right, so that's gonna do it. Those are a designer and niche pick for the seasons, spring, summer, fall, and winter. A total of 8 fragrances. So of course, I want to know what you guys are thinking. How are you guys feeling? What are your choices? What are the 8 fragrances throughout the 4 seasons that's going to hold you down? If you had to kind of roll with it like that. So I feel pretty good about mine, really good about mine. I'm still going to be smelling great and really, you know, vibing to whatever I got going on in a great way. All right, so can't wait to see what your guys' choices are. And if anybody else wants to do this video, go ahead and do it. I hope so. I did it. You know, it's based off a conversation that I saw and other content creators taking turns on the topic, so I wanted to jump in. All right, so let me know down below in the comments what it is for y'all. All right, so hopefully y'all enjoyed today's video. Y'all be cool, y'all be safe, positive energy, positive vibes. Y'all know how we rock out here in this channel. Thank y'all for all the support, all the love. Happy holidays. Enjoy your time with your family, friends, and loved ones. Don't take it for granted. All right, of course, splack up, splack it down, splack that thing all around. And remember, what you put out to this world is exactly what you are going to get back. That's for sure. That's for sure. All right, peace, y'all. Till next time. Splacker. That's the splacker. That's the splacker.